On today's episode, me and Jackson break down the NHL Trade Deadline. We grade Tree Living's masterful performance at the trade deadline. Talk about kind of expectations for the Leafs for, I guess, next year, because this year's a dud. And trades around the league, teams who kind of missed out, teams who I thought really did well. And then a lot more NFL news, a lot more Bills news that Jackson breaks down, as well as a lot of releases and moves around the league. And then we recap the Arnold Palmer and as well do our draft for the Players' Championship. Comment, like, subscribe. Let's get into it.
Tavares coming out, sends it in a goal. They score! They score! Holy mackerel, they score! Morgan Riley! Mo Riley! The Leafs have won it! They're going to the second round!
Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5! Oh, the play of the year in the NFL!
All right, everyone, welcome back to episode 59 of the Buds Mafia podcast. Filming on a nice Monday morning. Nothing crazy this weekend. I don't know about you. I know you're not feeling too well, Jackson. I know UFC was a dud. Leafs stink. Trade deadline was kind of a bore. We're obviously going to break down a lot of the trades today. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. I feel like shit. I felt like...
Weather's great.
Weather's nice. That's great. I felt like shit fucking 2 weeks ago. I got over it. And then Taylor's mom and dad got sick, and then I got sick again. Now Taylor's sick, and...
How's Millie doing, though? Millie sick? Millie rocking?
He's chilling, dude. Just chilling like a villain. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Dude, chill out.
Whatever Millie's doing, Willie's got to do Millie's rocking.
Dude, she fell asleep on my chest this morning. That's why I texted you saying, sorry, I fell asleep again. Because I brought her up on the couch, and she fell asleep. And then I don't know where I woke up to your text message, and I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta go.
Well, today we're going to just break down a lot of the trade deadline. Not like, again, with the trade deadline, there's not a ton of this like day-to-day news. More, there's a lot of trades. We're going to talk about the Leafs, talk about the future going forward. A lot of people agree with me that Damien Cox is a goon and he needs to be stopped.
That was very funny.
Also, people don't understand what one of means, like the word one of. Like I said in a video recently of like a kind of time for Morgan Riley to move on. I said he's one of the best Leafs defensemen of all time. They're like, one of, and they named like two other guys. I'm like, yeah, exactly. He's one of the best Leaf defensemen of all time. People don't get it. And they named like, oh, did you ever watch Timmy Horton play? I'm like, dude, I'm 25 years old. I'm not 100. No, I didn't watch Tim Horton play fucking hockey before he made Tim Hortons. Dipshit.
Ryan fired
and
up
also he's second in points and third in games played. Like lick my gooch. Like I don't know how is that not one of the best defense of all time. He stinks now. I think that's fair to say.
So is that your draft or down?
No, dude. I was gonna draft a few things. Actually, we talked about I don't want to steal it if it was yours. Like I was gonna do the Masters documentary, which you can maybe talk about.
No, I wasn't gonna draft that.
The TGL, like that Tom Kim shot was insane. I've never seen Tiger.
That was hilarious.
That was the biggest I've seen him celebrate since like the 2008 Open when he hit that final putt. But honestly, I'm dumping. So I have an iPhone X here. I've had it for a few years now. Good little golf case there. I loved it. And then I recently updated it, which was the biggest mistake of my entire... It's the slowest piece of trash I've ever... Every morning, because I do content for Prince of Packs, who's a content creator in like the pack world. I have my own like kind of own management for business for Card Central that I help out. So every morning I check what's on the content calendar. I put it in drafts. So then when the time comes, I want to post it for both actions. I copy and paste it, put it in TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. That whole process on a fast phones realistically should take like 3 minutes because I have like the captions all made. I just got copy and paste it, both platforms. Every morning now I'm not even kidding, it takes like 45 minutes because my phone is so slow. It's painfully slow.
It keeps you busy.
Now I got, it takes the time away. Now I have to fucking like maybe get a new phone for like, $1,500 or some shit. I don't know. I haven't got a new phone in a long time.
Yeah, but if you haven't got a new phone in a long time, then you should be due for a new one.
Traded. I could probably trade it in. So but apparently that's a known thing. That's how Apple gets it. Because iPhone X, I think they're on 17 now. So like it still works. I mean, it worked.
They're definitely on 18.
Huh?
They're definitely on 18.
I think I think it's like 17 Pro. Maybe 18's like coming now, but I'm not sure. But anyways, like I think that's how they get you. Even older phone, they try to weasel you out by making the update. Technology. It's crazy. They try to weasel you out.
There's a term for it. I learned it in school. It's gonna bother me if I can't.
I'm happy you know it. I'm happy
It's
you can figure it out.
it's gonna bother me if I can't figure it out.
I've never heard of it.
Really? Like, it's obviously, yeah. Rapid
I mean, it makes
obsolescence.
sense. I've never-
Rapid obsolescence. Basically, it's like laptop
did you just say?
rapid obsolescence. It's becoming rapid. 5 years, there's going to be something better. I'm sorry, Millie hit my wires.
Millie rocking. So
She's
rapid off selections.
Rapid
Did I say?
obsolescence.
Solescence. Okay, I believe you.
We should do a segment where you have to pronounce fake words every week.
Let's do that for you, fucking. Let's do that for you. Don't do it, fucking put that on me. All right, buddy. Let's move on. What's your draft or dump over the weekend?
I was gonna dump Trey Liming. I hate him.
Yeah. That was underwhelming. We're gonna talk more about it because obviously, yeah, I think it's maybe his time to go. You know, I think MLSC think they're going to give him a chance to kind of fix this whole track. And I understand markets. Like, I understand markets change. Like, it's not like feel again like for stupid hockey fans. That's probably my biggest pet peeve is just stupid people, especially like stupid hockey people. Well, they don't understand that like how could Tree Living like not like accept like get like a second or third for a McMahon or I mean McMahon got a second like a first for McMahon. It's like because no one offered that. You think he declined all the first round picks and then accepted a second round pick? Like, it's shitty. I know, like, same thing with Laughton. Like, we trade away a prospect in the first and we get a third back or conditional. It could become a second. It's like, don't you think he would have accepted higher? And he said, he's like, no one was offering crap. It's just poor asset management from the year prior.
Mhm.
Obviously, I was a fan of the trades. I think in terms of, I like the players we brought in. I thought they were not used properly. We'll break it down later. Like, you know, Laughton stuck on the fourth line, sometimes played wing for some fucking reason. Never really could like. You're paying a first round asset for this guy. Let's just bump him up. Let's like, you know what? Tavares is a great centerman. Let's put Laughton second line center. Maybe Tavares like try something else or maybe more minutes on a third line role instead of now trading him away for hopefully a second. Right. But yeah, I hear you. We can talk more about that later. I don't know. So I kind of like worked from my couch all day Friday, hoping for a nice trade center, but it was kind of shit. The week kind of kicked off with that Connor Murphy trade, which I thought was a great trade for Edmonton. What they lacked this whole season is besides like obviously goaltending, but in general, just team defense. It was just horrible. Great game. They had Vegas last night. They won 4-2. I'm surprised that they only let in 2. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Subtle shot.
They deserve it. Connor Murphy to Edmonton for a second round pick in 2028. He's 50% retained. So I think he only makes like $2 million, nothing crazy. UFA after this year, just a straight stay-at-home defenseman, right-handed shot, hard to come by. I think they're maybe going to play him with Nurse because Nurse maybe has those gaps defensively. So like that, second round pick, easy to me. Maybe we could talk about the other Edmonton trade. This one caught me a bit off guard, and our local Oiler fan was not the most happy with what they gave up. But Jason Dickinson and Colton Dock was a second-round pick a few years ago to Edmonton. Edmonton gets rid of Mangiapane's contract, which I didn't realize he signed a 2-year deal. Remember how we wanted to sign Mangiapane when we were kind of filling in some gaps? He signed a 2-year, $3.6 million AAV contract, and he's played like 15 games this year. So
that's good.
It was good to get off that contract, but they had to get rid of a first in 2027, which is probably not ideal. The 2027 first is protected, so that definitely helps because I can't see them falling to bottom 10, but it's always good to get that protection. Dickinson's 50% retained, so he makes 4.2. So whatever that fucking math is, 2.1, whatever the fuck it is. UFA to end of the year. Listen, I think Edmonton gave up a lot for combined of these two guys. I don't think Stan Bowman has really done phenomenal in his few years with Edmonton, but what they were lacking was defensive structure, defensive-minded players, especially in that depth role. They got one of the best, I would say, defensive-minded third-line centers in the entire NHL with Jason Dickinson. He's incredible in the faceoffs. All he does is play against top lines. He's not going to put the puck in the back of the net much anymore, but they got what they exactly need from Colton Dock. He's from Alberta. He's just a wrecking ball of a player. He's played almost every game this year in Chicago. Not a ton of points, but just a wrecking ball from the province. Connor Murphy, like I said, exactly what you need on that back end. Like, we can shit on Jari a lot because, yes, his numbers aren't great. Ingram hasn't been great, but overall, their defensive structure is just terrible. It's just horrible. The amount of chances they give up, like, I saw just a couple plays like TSN was breaking down where Nurse is a big body, great skater. Like they played Anaheim the other night. Seneca just walked right down Main Street and just shot it perfect screen in the net. So yes, has Jari been phenomenal? No, but the whole defensive structure has been brutal. So and they got defensive minded players. And if you're Edmonton, why give a fuck about first round picks? Like you have 2 years with Edmonton with McDavid after this. Like who gives a shit? Like it
doesn't really matter.
The years you have
the best player.
If you have McDavid on your team, you should not have your first round pick because you're trying to get better. And I don't give a fuck if maybe the value isn't completely kiltered. You have McDavid. If they would have traded like a 2029 first round pick where maybe McDavid leaves, then you're kind of fucked because then you trade your first round pick where maybe McDavid leaves and then you completely fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
If McDavid's on your team, you trade a first. It may not be the perfect even keel value, but you got to do it. Get that man a chip. You agree, Jackson?
I agree. I'm trying to figure out who all these people are that you.
I know.
I have no idea.
So this is kind of what set the whole people wanting to asking for Treliving's head was Michael McCarron goes to Minnesota for a 2028 second rounder. So he's a big boy. He's like 6'6", 240, just absolute goon. Great in the faceoff zone. Yes, he PK'd for Nashville. So I think the value's there, as in, like, I think he's a player they needed, especially when, like, they're going to likely play Dallas first round. That's going to be a war. You need to build up these type of players. I thought second rounder was kind of a shock. He actually scored his first game with Minnesota, so I'll bite my words. And then I've never heard of Cole Smith. Never heard of him.
It sounds like a country. Cole Smith and Tyler Myers sound like country singers.
Yeah, well, Cole Smith, like, makes sense. He's played for Nashville. He's a country singer. Yeah, it's two first names. Christopher Setoff, completely opposite type of name to Cole Smith.
I don't know what happened there.
Jackson's gone again. Millie is just...
I didn't even do anything that time. She's lying on the ground.
We're good. But yeah, Vegas to a 2028 third rounder. And so when I saw these moves, I was like, okay, like, if we can't get a first for McMahon, if Lawton can't get at least a second, obviously I'd be very happy with the Watt trade. We didn't trade OEL, but I'm not too mad with that, but we can talk about that later. But yeah, definitely shocked. Some teams kind of bolstering. I mean, a lot of teams kind of taking on this window, like the East, even though I'm a big fan of Buffalo and Tampa, the East is kind of more wide open than the West. So teams like Carolina, I'm kind of shocked on not really doing anything. I know they pushed hard for Trocheck, but apparently the New York's ask for Trocheck was
I was surprised
astronomical.
I was surprised that Buffalo wanted Parayko. Like, obviously, you want a big 6'6" defenseman, but their defense is pretty, like, they have pretty good defensive depth.
Yeah. Like, so Colton Parayko offered to...
I don't think it went through.
No, it didn't. So Colton Parayko offered to Buffalo as a 2026 first-round pick, Radim Murka, who they drafted 8th overall last year. I was texting with my Buffalo buddies, a.k.a. Matt, and he really wanted Parayko, but he also was like, hey, that's a lot. Basically, two first-round picks. I mean, we're talking about Olympian, right? A guy 4 more years at 6.58. He's just a big right-handed shot, veteran defenseman. We saw we can do at Olympics in big games. But it's people are upset with the price. Yeah, it's a lot, but I looked at like kind of Radim Murka. I remember watching him or like kind of following him a bit during his draft year. I think you kind of hope he turns into a Parayko. I think that's kind of what his hope is. So you kind of get a Parayko, but also the risk of getting rid of Murka is you could have had maybe a 24-year-old, 25-year-old Parayko for 10 years instead of Parayko now at 32. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that risk reward. But yeah, he turned it down. I think he wanted to stay on the West Coast. I think he said he would have accepted a trade to LA or Anaheim or something like that. But Millie's just fucking going ham right now.
He's ready to go outside. Also, the Jets just acquired Micah Fitzpatrick from the Dolphins for a 7th round pick and signed him to a 3-year, $40 million extension.
The Jets acquired Micah Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, sit on that. Let me know your thoughts once I let this dog out.
That's kind of wild. We can talk about that when we get to there's a lot of NFL news, but I mean, the Jets haven't had an interception all year. Miami is desperate to get rid of some money. All right.
Wild.
Where were we? Oh yeah, so
Parayko. The only thing, like, obviously Buffalo ended up making the trade for
Logan Stanley and Luke Shen of Winnipeg.
Yeah, like I get it. I guess hopefully getting into the playoffs. Like, yeah, But like this, it seems I get that you want to have more defense and more depth, but it seems like the defense is good. I thought they would have wanted to add maybe another offensive.
Well, that's why when they were in on Robert Thomas, I was all in on that. I would have loved that for Buffalo. I thought that would have been awesome for them. But these asks for Robert Thomas,
the asking price for him was way too high.
Shit! I saw some memes. It's like St. Louis has upped their price to Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier, and Mario Lemieux for Robert Thomas, because this ask was astronomical. And I don't blame Doug Armstrong. Like, why would you trade a guy? Like, yes, you're gonna be shit. You always want your young players to play with someone really good. He's still young enough where he can still build during a rebuild. But yeah, some of this ask was nuts. It was like your best prospects in the first. It was like, holy shit. But yeah, and then a lot of the right-handed shot defensemen all were on the move. Tyler Myers to Dallas for a second and a fourth in 2027, 2029. 50% retention, so I think they're only paying him like 1.5. Vancouver is, and Vancouver has no issues with cap for the next year, so that's fine with them getting a second rounder. That's a great move for Dallas. Again, you're paying a 5 or 6 kind of defenseman, big right-hand shot who can disrupt plays. Again, you're bolstering up for the playoffs and bolstering up for that first round with Minnesota. That's going to be a war. So good trade for them. And then another huge trade, Mackenzie Weegar to Utah. I feel horrible for this guy because obviously he's now in a better situation, new arena, a team that's young, hungry, waiting for the playoffs. But he was advocate for Calgary's new stadium for years now. Yeah. And when they finally get it built, I think it's opening, I think it's a year after. So 2 more years. He's not going to be there. So, but also rumored that the 2028 World Cup will be held in Calgary at that new stadium because they want to kind of promote it. So that'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, no, but great trade. I think it's a great trade for both teams. 3 second-round picks. I know it's a lot. 3 second-rounders. That kind of, to me, 3 second-rounders kind of equals up to a mid-first round pick and a second. Like 2 second-rounders is kind of like a mid-first round pick, like a 15 to 12 kind of thing. Then you also have another second-rounder. So I think it's fair. Mata hasn't really played a lot this year, but has Stanley Cup Finals experience. I think he won a cup with Pittsburgh. 4 more years at 6.2, so nothing too crazy to hold on to. He hit 20 goals as a defenseman 2 years ago. They have a great decor. Sergachev on the left, Sean Durzi on the right, then you have Mackenzie Weegar. I'm a big fan of Nate Schmidt, Ian Cole, so you add some more veteran who can also make plays too. I think Sergachev's kind of relied upon a lot offensively, so you have Mackenzie Weegar to do that. Then after that, it was kind of mid-trades throughout the whole, like Nick Dowd to the Golden Knights for a third. In a second, he's a decent price. I mean, he's just a solid depth centerman, one of the best faceoffs guys in the league. I'll wait till all the Leaf trades till the end. Warren Fogle and a conditional third to Ottawa. I think for a 2026 conditional second and a conditional third. Ottawa still in the hunt. They're definitely more in the hunt than Toronto. Had some speed and scoring on the wing. Michael Bunting to Dallas. I love that move for them. Kind of can play up and down your lineup. He has been moved around a lot. I think he's been on like 8 teams now, maybe even like 6 to 8 teams now. Third rounder, doesn't make a ton. Kind of Swiss Army knife, can play in a lot of different roles. Oh my God, there's still so many trades here.
The Cowboys.
Dave Perron back to Detroit. Huh?
It's just her finalizing a deal for Rashawn Gary from the Packers for a late round pick in 2027.
They're sending him back. They're sending him back to the Packers. You said the Cowboys are trading him to the Packers?
No. The Cowboys are finalizing a deal to acquire Rashawn Gary from the Packers.
Oh, sorry. I thought Gary was part of the Parsons trade, but it was Clark.
No, it was Kenny
I got it wrong. Yeah. Okay. All right. Dave Perron to Detroit, mid. Sam Carrick to Buffalo. I like that move a lot. He showed dividends in the game against Tampa. He's just a meat potatoes, bottom 6 kind of fighter, grinder, so definitely needed it, especially in that game last night. This one kind of caught me off guard. Connor Garland to Columbus for a second and a third. Definitely thought he could have got a first, but again, this market was wild. Like Connor Garland was a proven 50 to 60 point guy, has some term left on his deal. Maybe size, like he's very, very tiny. He's like 5'9" maybe, but he's proven that he can succeed at this level. It's all about needs. Like, it's crazy. Like McMahon, or like, again, I don't even know if you've heard of him. And yeah, he's a big guy, goes for a second. He has 8 points this year. Same price pretty much as Garland. As Garland also goes for a third. But this deadline was just threw me for a fucking loop. Then Buffalo, we kind of talk about Buffalo. Luke Shen, 50% retained, and Logan Stanley go to Buffalo for Isaac Rosen, Jacob Bryson in a second and a fourth. Great trade. Obviously, when you miss out on on Parayko. Still having your first for this year is massive. So can draft someone or trade it at the trade it at the draft. Logan Stanley kind of popped off this year. He has 9 goals. He's 6'7". He absolutely crushes guys. I think it's great just for his depth defenseman. Luke Shen, will he play? Probably not. But it's good to have that guy in case of injuries or just having him around.
Or just to have him around and absolutely body someone.
Yeah, he's got Stanley Cup too with Tampa, pretty sure. So now this one I didn't see, but I love this one for Anaheim. John Carlson to Anaheim. That one, I don't know if Washington's completely turning it in, but I think they just saw value that they didn't want to let go because Carlson's a UFA. Maybe they don't want to pay him the bucks because they kind of are doing this new era of Washington. You have Chychrun now, McMichael, Protas, Ovechkin's kind of leaning out. Wilson's getting older, even though Wilson's still very effective. But Carlson for a first and a third. That movie had the other day. I don't know if you saw him walk. That was disgusting. Yeah. He'll be on Team Canada, or at least maybe. But yeah, I think that's great for Anaheim. You have a very young back end with Zellweger and Lacombe, like we've talked about. The right side is very veterans and just big boys. Like, you got Gudis and you got the Trouba train. So it's good to get a more of a puck-moving guy, that top more pair on the right side. So now you have Lacombe and Carlson, maybe, Zellweger and Trouba. And then you have, I think it's more, Minyakov and Gudis. That's a pretty sick defensive core. Bobby Brake to Minnesota for David Jiricek. Love that for Minnesota and Philly. Philly needs more defensemen. Minnesota needs some more depth. I like that trade. Nick Foligno to Minnesota, play with his brother for future considerations. Kind of surprised that they're taking on the full contract, but I guess they weren't going to make any other moves, so they're fine with taking on the 4.5 Foligno's making. Corey Perry back to Tampa for a second-round pick. I mean, guaranteed going to the finals now. Tampa.
Guaranteed Tampa's losing.
What they wanted. Yeah.
Dude, he's lost the last 6 years in a row.
I know. I feel terrible. I don't really feel terrible.
No, he did. He killed John Tavares.
To me, this one was probably the worst trade for me. I wasn't a big fan of it. Brain Shen to the Islanders for Colorado's first, which is pretty much a second. A third, Marcus Gildoff and Jonathan Drouin. I just don't think Islanders needed this. I just didn't really understand the move. He has term left his deal at like $6 million.
Did you see the San Jose versus the Islanders game? Like the Sharks Islanders game where Barzell. Yeah, dude, wild.
Mm-hmm.
Barzell flips up fucking Eklund's visor on the bench.
Oh, I saw that. So Horvat flipped up his visor, and people wanted to jump Horvat.
Oh, I thought it was Barzell.
Barzell did the swing around and hits kind of blindside celebrating, which people can yell at that. It was a drop pass play for Barzell to get it, and he got there first, and then he ran to celebrate. Get the fuck out of the way, kid. Like, that's kind of the way I look at it. Like, I don't think he tried to blindside him. Like, it was a play that was supposed to be a drop pass to Barzell, and as he swung low, celebrating on the way. Keep your head up.
Oh boy.
Yeah, interesting trade for the Islanders, but I think that's a player you want in playoffs, and they're likely going to play Pittsburgh, so we'll see. Justin Folk to Detroit for a first and a third. Finally, Detroit makes a move. Not the craziest of moves, but you bolster up that right side. You have a very young decor. Ryan Strome to Calgary, just as a cap dump, I would say, 7th rounder from Anaheim. Tanner Pearson to Buffalo. And then before we get to the Leaf trades, Azem Kadri, absolute buzzer beater to Colorado.
That's wild.
20% retained. I think he makes like 7.7, so I think he might actually just make 7. So whatever 20% is, maybe like $5 million they're paying him. I'm not too sure what the math is, which is great for Kadri. A few more years at like $5-ish million. I think it's awesome for a fourth. And Calgary gets another first, conditional first in 2028, conditional second in 2027. Max Curran and Victor Olofsson. The center depth is insane now. You have McKinnon, Brock Nelson, who's had a career year, Azem Kadri, and then you brought in Nicolas Waugh. That center core. I talked to people who thought it was an overpay for Colorado. Who gives a fuck about your first round picks? Your team is stacked. You have no UFAs. Everyone signed. You have no cap issues. So, I mean,
plus Kadri's played there before too. So it's like
he's played there before, and people are looking at his points, like 12 goals. He plays in Calgary. They stink. They stink. And I think he had an assist on McKinnon's first goal of the game the other night. So fuck
Sounds
off.
About
and
right.
He's just a dog. So I love that move for them. I love it for Calgary too. A couple signings too. Kiefer Sherwood signs that 5-year, $5.75. I was interested about the 5 years because he's already like 31, I think. And the way he plays, maybe his play kind of deteriorates, but he's already gelled with that room. They need to come with some more sandpaper with all those young guys they got in that lineup. So don't hate the move. JP Pajot, I haven't really seen his game a lot. I know he was really good in Ottawa and he was good at the start of Islanders, but he signs a 3-year, $4.85. nothing crazy with the cap. And then Ryan Poehling, 4 years at 3.75. Cap's going up. Ryan Poehling, 4 years at 3.75 with Anaheim. Now let's get into the Leafs. I thought at the start of this deadline, when we sent Nicolas Roy to Colorado for a conditional first in 2027, top 10 protected, and a 2026 fifth, I was like, holy shit, we might leave this deadline with 3 first-round picks. I was like, I love Nicolas Roy. He was a guy who has a year left, I think, at $3 million. I was like, this is a guy who I honestly was okay with keeping just because he had a year left. I think he liked Toronto. I liked his gameplay. But if we get a first, see ya. I'll help you pack your bags. Like that's just, I'll do that. And then things just didn't go as planned. The ask for McMahon and OEL. So I'm fine with keeping OEL. He's our best defenseman. He makes 3.5. Free Living had a high price for him. I think it was a first and I would say like a B or B plus prospect, right? So it's a high price. I think teams are willing to offer a first, which at the end of the day, I would have taken just the first, but I understand maybe keeping him. Your decor would have just been absolute pylons if he would have been gone. But yeah, we don't move on from him, which I'm fine with. You can maybe revisit that. He wanted to stay, even though I think he said he would have waived his trade clause if they wanted to move him. McMahon to Seattle for a second and a fourth. Underwhelming. I think the cost was, our ask was a first for a long time. And again, people shitting on Tree Living, which yeah, we definitely can. I just think people like if there was a first in place, they would have traded for a first. Like that's just it was a buzzer beater. They said they tried, and the ass was just not going to be there. And same thing with Laughton. You trade a first and a pick for Laughton last year. Now you get a third rounder that can turn to a second if LA makes a playoff. So I would say if I had to grade the deadline, I would say a D minus. I think that Watt trade really carries it from like an F. I really think. And again, people are like, oh, you trade all this stuff for last year, then you get this return this year. Just a change of markets. I'm not going to try and give a class on economics right now. Like it's just supply and demand. Like Lord things just change, right? Like you trade, like you get Laughton for a first and a prospect.
That was the one that pissed me off the most.
Yeah, because he was a second line center in Philly. Put up a lot of numbers. And you just don't play him. You don't really like. Yes,
no, and he also wanted to be in Toronto.
He was from there, or he's from the GTA area. Sorry, he was never scratched, but he always was like on the fourth line. You played him on the wing sometimes, which is just fucking absurd. You just didn't play him. And yeah, maybe that's more on Berube too, right? And maybe communications with Tree Living. But yeah, the McMahon one, I'm more upset with the Laughton one. McMahon, I'm not too upset about. I like McMahon. I think he can be a player, but I think people forget he was this year, obviously contract year kind of boosts a lot of guys' confidence, but just he's had so much inconsistency issues in the past, and I don't think people forget. Like last year in the playoffs, I don't think he scored his first goal till like Florida Game 6, which was a big goal. But I just don't. And he can fly.
The whole narrative about it was Berube's like had to drill it into him that he needs to fucking just go to the net.
Yeah, I think a lot of times Berube has talked with McMahon like, dude, this guy can fly. He's a big body. And Berube had to stay on him about like, dude, just fly into these guys. Go to the net. And he tried too much sometimes. And I love Bobby. If we brought him back on like a 3x3, I wouldn't have been mad. But that was too unrealistic. Again, people forget he's not a prospect. He's going to be 31 this summer. So
yeah, that's so crazy. I always forget that he's that old.
I know, because he played college for like 10 years. So, but yeah, the Laughton one sucked. I was surprised with that trade for LA. I don't really, it sucks because it could be a second, but I can't really see them making playoffs. But the Pacific Division is kind of dog shit. So we'll see. But yeah, D minus deadline. The Watt trade really kind of carries it. Getting a first is
D minus
huge.
Fucking try an F season. The whole season can be summarized by an F.
So yeah, so from the deadline, we get rid of Laughton, Waugh, and McMahon for a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and could turn to a second. And we these last few games, back-to-back shootouts against Philly and New Jersey. We lose to the worst home team in the entire league, 6-2. And then Tampa, it was over. Like we scored right away. Michelli's actually playing great on the top line. Don't know why they didn't try that earlier. Matthews in like a 12-game slump. And after Michelli scored, it was just waved the white flag. Tampa absolutely I turned it off. At 4-1, I was like, I'm not watching this anymore. I can't. Tanev's out for the season officially. I think we already knew that, but I didn't know it was a core issue. I didn't know that. He had like a torn core muscle or something.
Torn oblique, I think.
We've seen that in like NFL play. I think Milano had that, did he not?
No, Arnold had an oblique problem.
Milano had a bicep. That's what it was, a bicep.
Dude, Milano tore his bicep last season and then tore his pec 2 seasons ago.
Dude, I couldn't. When people say they tore a core, I couldn't even imagine the pain of healed over.
That was the problem with Arnold. Like Arnold was like, yeah, I got an oblique problem. It's like, okay, well, how's he going to rotate to throw the football?
Yeah. The last few things before we kind of move on to Fleets. I'm want to get to the NFL. I'm already depressed. Last little thing of the Leafs. And for Darren Dreger, he said on the Overdrive, it's not going to be easy to attract players to Toronto. I think that's obvious. I think it's kind of been an issue for a while. It's a big market, but I don't know. I've always been on the side of millionaires, just block out the noise. I get it, but then seeing the whole Damien Cox article last week, that stuff sucks. Again, stuff like this, stuff like Overdrive.
Stuff like that, I was thinking more about it. It's like that stuff's more anecdotal. And I was reading some of the comments on that post, and apparently that guy's just like that, which you're always going to get reporters like that. That's how they.
It's not like that was a one-off. That wasn't a one-off for Damien Cox.
No, that's how people. That's how the paper makes their money, right? They get people angry. That's how people make their money now.
Yeah,
people rage bait people, not on purpose. I mean, sometimes on purpose. But it's.
No, I get it. And last little thing. I kind of want to end this off on, I've dreamt about this scariness. Things are getting scary similar to the Vancouver situation with Quinn Hughes. So I'm going to break this down for both sides. So Vancouver hires a tough-minded coach and Rick Tocchet. They win the division, the Pacific Division that year. A few years ago, they were a dominant team, win the division, right? Everything goes right. They lose in the second round to another division opponent, Edmonton, in Game 7. Then that team, Edmonton, who then goes on to the finals, loses, but they go to the finals. The year after that historic year, I should say historic, but good year, they completely just don't meet expectations. And then the year after, they trade Quinn Hughes because things are dumpster fire. So they go from winning division, shit year, then absolute dumpster fire. Then that year, they have to trade Quinn Hughes because just what's the situation as at hand. Now going to Toronto. Now let's go to Toronto. We hire a tough-minded coach in Craig Berube. We win the division, second round, lose in Game 7 to a divisional opponent in Florida, who then goes to the finals. They win instead of Edmonton loss. Year after, which is the year we are in today in this situation, complete, don't meet expectations, shit year. And I'm nervous about next year because if you're following the trend, Vancouver just absolute dumpster fire, have to trade Quinn Hughes. And now they're a year ahead of us. So now we're in a situation where this offseason is so important. They have to have a plan in place, which I'm sure they do. Is a plan we like? I don't know. But it's this next year, it's the same trend, right?
Yeah.
If next year, it's the same thing. If we open up like Vancouver and go 5-30, yeah, he may want to go. I will say, I think Austin, and this is, again, I'm biased, so maybe I don't cheer a lot of Vancouver media. I feel like Austin has maybe shown more, or at least said more to maybe his agents, to the management, that he's still willing to stay through this, where I don't think Quinn Hughes was that open about it. But I could be completely wrong on that from what I've heard. But those situations are eerily similar and very scary. I couldn't sleep last night.
It'll be okay, brother. It'll be all right.
No, it won't.
It'll be all right.
And next, oh God, I didn't even see these next few games. Montreal, Anaheim, Buffalo, Minnesota.
Yeah, we're losing every single game. So
I know at this point, give me Gavin. Get me Gavin. TSN did a fucking mock draft on Trade Center, and Toronto ended up winning the pick, which I think is hilarious. So rigged. A Toronto fucking media outlet. Oh, Toronto wins the lottery, and they're like, oh, everyone's gonna think this is rigged because it is Duthie, because it is James. Oh, you fucker. Yeah. Love you. Why are you on the show? Come on the show. I'm going to leave it off to you now. A lot of Bills news, a lot more than the last few weeks, a lot of releases, some trades. Let's get into it.
We're still $13 million over the cap. So that's great. We ended up trading for DJ Moore, which, I mean, I like a lot. A lot of people are saying he's not a bona fide number one. He's still 28 years old. And if you look at what we would have got if we got Jalen Waddle, it's basically the same thing, if not better, because DJ Moore doesn't really miss games. I think out of his 8 seasons or however long he's been in the NFL, he's played 131 out of 133 games. He missed a game with a concussion and missed 1 game with COVID. Oh, I think with him and Josh Allen at quarterback, really good. Caleb Williams had accuracy problems last year, so he had his worst year of yards. But if you look at what he did with Justin Fields, and
he made Justin Fields look good.
He made Justin Fields
actually look good. Also, Chicago had Luther Burden. I actually think this is a great trade for Chicago, too. I think it really is. For a second-round pick, you have Luther Burden, you have Rome Odunze, Colson Loveland really turned around in the second half. They have cap issues. I think it was a good trade for both sides. I think when you texted me saying that you think it's a mid-round pick, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I would have loved to kept that second-round pick and move up in the draft. I think me and Ben were talking about that the other night, but
it was
that was
sick, like it's the 6th pick, so it's like not super early in the second.
No.
And to get a 5th rounder back, not bad.
What's this salary conversion? Apparently, like we can make his cap space 6.75, which creates like $7 million.
You can restructure his contract based on like bonuses and guarantees and incentives and stuff. They're going to restructure a lot of contracts. You're going to see that a lot.
Nice. And his over-under was set at 724.5. Things can change, obviously. I like the over. I think he might get fed. And he'll have a great offseason with Josh and everything. I'm not saying he's going to fucking get like 1,300 yards, but I could see, high 900, maybe even 1,000 just with getting
it depends. I mean, Brady was his... Millie might fuck this up again. Brady was his OC in Carolina.
In Carolina, right? Yeah.
And then, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I like the move. He's kind of been screwed around with the quarterbacks. He's gone through a bit of a quarterback carousel. Cam Newton's last year was his first year in the NFL. Then I believe he had Sam Darnold, Then he had Kyle Allen. Then he had Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and PJ Walker. Then he got traded and got Justin Fields, and then he had Caleb Williams. So it's like, and even with Caleb Williams,
Josh Allen.
Yeah. So
Lord
it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, so we get Connor McGovern. Lock him in 4 years, $52 million. That's good. We needed that.
I think it was a great deal. And because I was getting nervous, I saw a tweet. Apparently, he was getting ignored. I don't know if that was just clickbait or something, but I was getting nervous. But I think it's a great.
He just hadn't been contacted by them.
Yeah. But I think it's a great cap hit for one of the best centers in the league. And the center market has been kind of, ever since Dahlman retired in Chicago, I know Chicago's trying to get another center.
Yeah, it's wild.
And Linderbaum's on the market. He's going to get fucking paid.
Yeah.
And, I was very happy to see him back. One of the best O-linemen in the league.
But yeah, so then we go and trade. We released a bunch of guys. So we released Curtis Samuel, Taylor Rapp, Dane Jackson. Taylor Rapp didn't play at all last year. He got hurt. He's a good safety. He's just old. We restructure Ed Oliver's contract. That way, we got some cap space, but really, I think we're still $13 million over the cap. I'd have to take a look.
We'll be fine.
And then Taron Johnson, who was a letdown for me last year. He was the best nickel, in my opinion, in the game the year prior. Spent 8 seasons with the Bills, was kind of a cornerstone of the defense, and then last year just was lost. So he goes to the Raiders. I don't hate it. I think we got a 6th or a 5th round pick back.
If they said it was a 6-7 swap, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so basically we sent Taron Johnson and a 6th for like a 5th, I think, was the...
Yeah, well, because he originally was released, but it wasn't official. Then Raiders, I think, came in, and so now he's going to Vegas. Yeah, I think, I saw a lot of people saying, that one sucks. I think... There was a video that came out of Aaron Rodgers saying he's the most underrated player in the league. He kind of redefined the nickel position, but yeah, just last year just was not.
Last year wasn't good.
You had to. There's a move that there's gonna be a lot more moves. I feel like coming in Buffalo, so you're gonna have to do something.
I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, so as of Sunday night, still projecting the Buffalo Bills to be $13 million over the cap. Even after trading Taron Johnson, releasing Taylor Rapp, Dane Jackson, Curtis Samuel, they could get relief with contract restructures for Josh Allen, Dawson Knox, and Deion Dawkins, or by cutting Knox, and they can eventually restructure DJ Moore's deal to save cap space, but not until he's actually on their roster, which means they have enough room to absorb his $24.5 million cap hit.
All right.
Anyway, free agency starts on Wednesday, so we got to do some stuff.
I'm pumped.
Let's get to the big news. Max fucking Crosby goes to the Ravens. There's a lot of people saying that Lamar Jackson might be getting traded. I don't see how.
But this move now, why the fuck are you trading?
I don't know if you saw what Jamar Chase's reaction was.
That was hilarious. Are you fucking...
He said, Joe just texted me, Max Crosby to the Ravens. Fuck.
Poor Joe, man. He's got to face Max Crosby, TJ Watt, and Myles Garrett.
Twice a year.
50% of the time. Yeah, each twice of the years. That kind of sucks. I didn't really see the Ravens. I know Bears were heavily into, but I know Bears are in cap hell, so I don't really know.
The fact that the Bears got rid of DJ Moore, their center retired, and then they couldn't get Max Crosby, it's like, offer him the bag.
Apparently Dallas is going to have a record of how many guys they're in on, but don't get.
Yeah, Dallas is just trying to make headlines.
Apparently they offered a first and a second, which I think that would have been a steal if you could have gone for a first and a second, but that's not going to pay the bill. Come on.
Oh, fuck. I hate giving up your 2026 first round pick this close to the draft.
That's weird. Yeah.
For the Ravens, it is not. I guess there was other teams. So the Bears were in on him. They offered a first and a first, but their first was a lot later than the Ravens. I think the Ravens picked 14th. So like,
Yeah. Mid-round pick and then another first for next year.
Yeah. So like, I like it for the Ravens. Like, in Crosby's statement, like made it seem like he's not pumped to be leaving Las Vegas at all.
He loved Las Vegas. I think he just didn't like that being shit.
Yeah, he's not pumped. He said, I'm going to Baltimore for one thing, and that's to win a championship.
Yeah.
Which, like, obviously that's what you
He'll
want.
come back.
But
he even said like he's like I will come back. He literally already said like he will come back.
But yeah,
hilarious.
so like, I don't know, a 2026 first and a 2027 first is crazy, which means like if the Bills were ever in on Myles Garrett, what? That's 3 first-round picks or 2 firsts and a second plus a player, or 2 first plus a player. Like that,
there has to be a roster player in that too.
For it. So
yeah, it's nuts.
Let's get to these releases because there's a fuck ton of them. So Cardinals this is all set to happen at the start of the new league year in June.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals are going to release Kyler Murray. Diggs cut.
I think Minnesota is like the most likely. I think I've heard Minnesota for every analyst is likely Minnesota, which I like that for Minnesota. I think JJ needs some competition, needs some veteran. Murray has proven to be a starting one or QB at times. Obviously, last year was kind of disappointing, but I think it's a good move for Minnesota.
He's going to be playing Call of Duty more.
Fact.
What's he going to do? He's going to sit inside in the fucking wintertime. Like, it's not like it's Arizona where you can go outside and do stuff.
That's true. I didn't think about the weather.
Yeah, he's not going to watch the Minnesota boys ice hockey fucking high school championship.
Class A state championship game.
Diggs gets cut by the Patriots. I mean, I think we saw it coming. A lot of people are saying reunion in Buffalo. I will cry. There's no reason.
No, I'll quit.
There's no reason. So yeah, it's more and more likely that AJ Brown's going to go to the Patriots. Apparently, there's a lot of offers. I like
Crosby to the Patriots. It's just so much money they have, and like they have picks. That's why I thought Crosby too. But I think AJ Brown makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, apparently they've already offered packages. I think it's going to have to be pretty high.
What's his name? What's the Howie? I think he wants a first, but I think a first for a receiver, like it's tough. And you know, like people say AJ Brown a down year, he's still like 1,100 yards. It's still AJ Brown's.
Yeah.
A first is a lot for that type of receiver. I think first, you see for guys if Jefferson or Chase ever got traded, like a couple firsts, but I don't know. I think if I'm the Patriots, fuck it. Like him and Drake May is very scary, but I don't know. Do you think a first is too much to ask for AJ Brown?
Really? Like maybe not. A 2027 first is not crazy.
Yeah. I agree.
And considering how you did last year, like it's not like you're giving up a fucking top 10 first round pick. Like the Patriots literally picked fucking 31st in this year's NFL draft. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'd be scared to trade 2027 first because actually, Diggs makes them, or Brown definitely makes them better, but I'm still iffy on the Patriots being another 13 win.
Yeah, so am I. This one threw me off guard, and I think this is setting the Chiefs up for drafting a pretty top tier wide receiver in the draft or Jeremiah Love in the first round. They're doing some sort of work on my building, and Millie is hating it, dude.
You're good.
It sounds like someone's ripping ass, and Millie's freaked out. She's had a rough morning. The dump truck came this morning and picked up the garbage bins. She hates that. Hates that. There's also 2 birds standing outside the window right now. Anyway, Trent McDuffie gets traded to the Rams. Just an absolute, he's been the cornerstone of that defense. Him, Leo Chanel, Nick Bolton. But this has kind of been the Chiefs' MO. They build a guy up to be an all-pro corner and then trade him.
Get a first. They got a first, a fifth, sixth, and third.
So they did the same thing with L'Jarius Sneed. I believe he went to the Titans.
Yep. Titans, yeah.
And then he signs a record deal. Like the Rams,
$124 million.
After they did this, I saw the Rams were also in on Max Crosby, and I was like, "That's not fair." Okay,
they're scary, man, because they have cap space too. Because they have still Puka on his entry level deal or draft or rookie deal, and they have the picks. They have the 9th overall pick, which I mean, you could think was maybe in play for Crosby. I feel like that alone could maybe get it done because it's 9th overall, maybe it's 2nd or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm scared of the Rams. They just got better. What was their issue? It was secondary. They can put up 35, but it was letting in 45 and letting these receivers. Now you got one of the best in the league. So that's kind of scary.
Yeah. But yeah, so then the Steelers released John Smith. He's going to get picked up by a team. He's a good tight end. He can slot in anywhere. He would maybe not a tight end 1, but on certain teams probably.
I'll make some packages for him. Yeah.
I bet you maybe the Raiders even grab him. No. Well, maybe with Brock Bowers, you slot him in there.
I like that. Daniil Hunter. This was a weird deal. 1 year, $40 million.
I didn't really get this.
I think it was fully guaranteed, too. I think it was like a record.
I think it's because they have so many pieces on the defense and they can't offer terms. They're like, you know what?
Yeah.
We'll give you $40 million for 1 year, which is crazy.
I totally forgot to write too. Jordan Davis, it's 3 years, $78 million too.
Have you heard all this stuff about Jalen Carter?
Yeah, like what? I think
the Eagles are apparently listening to offers on Jalen Carter.
Isn't he like your guy? Isn't he like your number one fucking guy on defense? I love, by the way, I love Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis is a fucking disruptor, but Jalen Carter, he's like 24.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. Like I love Max Crosby, but if it's a free up for Max Crosby, I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be ridiculous. But yeah, I think that could just be boo hockey. You know what I'm saying? What else we got here?
We got
Tua. Fuck you, Tua.
Tua released. Dude, this is wild. The $99.2 million in dead money. This is like...
Tua's living life right now. He is living life.
Just
That's
retire.
Crazy.
You already have the most concussions in the NFL. You're going to die.
Everyone's...
Well, like, wait, I mean, there's no great destination for him to go.
No, there's not. Like, if Minnesota's likely Kyler, the Jets, I don't think it makes money. Like, well,
the Jets doesn't make sense. Like,
I feel like the Jets would bring him in, but I feel like why, if you're Tua, you're gonna get murdered. Why go to the Jets?
Yeah, like the Jets doesn't make sense. Like maybe Atlanta because they're gonna cut Cousins, but then like that's just a rental.
He's giving up on Penix. Like I don't know. That's a tough situation to be in.
I don't know what Miami does from here.
No, love to see it though.
Khalil Mack 1 year, $18 million, back with the Chargers. Geno Smith released. Taylor Decker released, which. Let me tell you
that
something.
Sucks for the Lions. That sucks because their O-line kind of disappointed last year. That sucks.
Bad for Jack, good for Jackson. Bring him over to the Bills. He asked to be released too. I think he asked to be released and was granted.
So it wasn't like I don't think they wanted to do that, but because again, what was their issue last year was kind of their O-line kept getting hurt and kind of not having the year that they've had in the past. The Detroit O-line, they kind of built off that O-line with Sewell and all those guys, and they lose a good one. And who was the guy who retired who they tried to bring back? I forget his name. Ragnow.
Oh, yeah.
They tried to bring him back for that one game.
Anyway.
They're like, yeah, your leg's gone. You can't come.
Lots of news. Bills need to restructure a lot of contracts.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I think everyone acting as if DJ Moore coming in to this immediate Super Bowl for the Bills need to fucking calm down. But I like it. And I think it'll be good.
It helps. They got something. I like the move. Hopefully, maybe they can bring someone else in. But yeah, they're not done yet.
No.
All right, you ready? Let's wrap up with some golf. I'm getting bent over in golf right now. 1 for 5. So I had Jake Knapp. I think I gotta see right now. But basically, Jake Knapp withdrew. He had an injury like the day, like the day of or something. And then my other two guys, JJ Spawn and Joel Damon, both got cut.
Attaboy.
So we were gonna do like a restructure, maybe take away one of your guys, but you had Ludwig, who was like top 5, Harry Hall, but made the cut. And so I was like, there's no point. So I'm 1 and 5. I think I picked first for the players, though. What's your question, though? I haven't really read it yet.
Oh, okay. What's harder, breaking 80 once or breaking 90 every round?
I would say breaking 80 once.
I don't think so. Breaking 90 every round. It's easy.
Actually, no,
it's a lot easier to play. Dude, trust me. It's a lot easier to play unbelievable for one round. Like that round we played last year when we all went up to the cottage and I shot like 77. Yeah. And then like I think the next round I went out and I shot fucking 86. Like it's a lot easier to be unbelievably good for one round than break 90 and be consistent for the rest.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'll change my answer. You're right. Good. You rat. Good.
I know.
I need this fucking win. Oh, you were right when I picked JJ Spawn. I was way too early for JJ Spawn. Fuck me. Okay. I might need a hitter right out of the gate here. You know what? Let's go Rory. No.
That'd be hilarious.
No, give me Tommy.
God damn it.
Is that a good pick? You like that shit?
I was gonna take Tommy 1.
Yeah, you were.
Fuck.
What a guy. I need that win, baby. I need it.
You know what? This one's gonna be fucked. I don't know if I want to take him this early, but give me Justin Rose.
Ooh, okay.
I was gonna save him for the Open Championship, but the Open Championship's in Ireland, so I'm good. I know who I'm picking for that.
Yeah, well, we'll see if you have the chance. Let's see. I want to pick this guy, but it's more. I want to pick him for a major more than I need to win. Give me Russell Henley.
Fuck you.
Am I just sniping your picks right now?
Yeah, dude.
If I don't fucking win off of your rejects, or your picks, I'll lose my fucking mind.
Fuck, man. That fucks me again. Give me a minute now. Fuck.
I know who I'm picking last now, too.
I think I already took him once.
I need this win, baby. I need this win.
You know what? Give me Bobby Mack.
I was like, who the fuck are you talking about? But now I get it. My last pick, I think he's won the Players. He's actually playing pretty decent to start this year. Give me Ricky Fowler.
He's going to get cut. He's going to get cut. It's way too early.
He played good last week.
Yeah, he played
this weekend.
Yeah, but that means he's going to play like...
And he's won the Players. Nah. I think he's won the Players.
Have I
Who's your last
Harris
pick?
English?
Yeah, I think he picked him week 1.
Fuck.
Yeah, he picked him week 1.
This is going to get so tough at the end of the year.
I know.
Okay, I guess I'm going to have a throwaway pick. You know what? Have I taken Jason Tay? I think I have.
Yeah, I think you just did.
God damn it.
You're an idiot.
I know.
Figure it out.
You're stupid.
No.
Your voice sounds like shit. Whoa. Not cool.
Go feed your dog some soup.
All right. You know what? That shit pissed me off so. And
What's it called?
Burns. Actually, fuck it. Give me Brooks.
That's who I was going to pick. That one I said I want to wait till a major was Brooks. I waited. But 5th major, baby.
Yeah, I don't care, dude.
All right.
Running out of people.
Yeah, so read off the teams for me.
So Ryan's got Tommy Fleetwood, Russell Henley, and Ricky Fowler. I've got Justin Rose, Robbie McIntyre, and Brooks Koepka.
All right. Hopefully Tommy can just carry me. I like my first 2 picks. Yeah, Ricky's just kind of like
I'm absolutely whooping Ryan right now.
Yeah, it's been bad. But like you said, he texted me, same as last year.
Yeah, but I didn't come back last year.
Wait, it was other way around this start.
Yeah, last year I won like the first 2, and then we were tied 2-2, and I think you won every single week because you just kept picking Scotty.
Yeah, it was such a stupid thing we did last year.
You kept picking Scotty, and I kept picking Rory.
Yeah. All right, man. I gotta get back to work, but let's lock of the week. I lost last week, but this time I think from now on my lock is gonna be bets against the Leafs. I think that's the ones I've won. So I'm gonna go Gauthier anytime against the Leafs with also Ducks money line. That is my block of the week.
Nice. I've got Sens money line, Brady Tkachuk point.
All right. Bet the farm. I didn't hit last week. I got Hurricanes money line, Sharks money line, Sabres money line, Lightning money line, and Ducks money line.
I've got Cavs money line, OKC money line, Grizzlies money line, Warriors money line, and New York Knicks money line.
There you go. And that's it. Episode 59. We'll see you next week for episode 60. Comment, like, subscribe. We hit over 100 subscribers on YouTube. Let's get to 1 million.
Jesus Christ.
Just kidding.
Let's try 200 first.
Let's try 200. Okay, comment, like, subscribe, follow Buds and Pucks on X, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll see you guys next time. All right, let me do the intro.
Tavares coming out, sends it in a goal. They score! They score! Holy mackerel, they score! Morgan Riley! Mo Riley! The Leafs have won it! They're going to the second round!
Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5!